What's up guys, iOS experts here. We're going to be comparing the first generation iPod Nano to the second and the fourth gen. Now for music wise, it all listen to music. You can listen to music on all of them because they're iPods, but you'll see more album art as you get onto this screen, the bigger screen. But they all do their job, so I'm gonna give it a point for all three of them. Okay, so that's 1 point for all three iPods. Next up is the clock app. We're going to be, you can see that. You don't see the date on here, but it resembles an iPhone 3G clock app. You can see right there, no date, but it resembles the iPhone 3G clock app. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And it also shows you a map as if it was an iPod, so that's really neat. Yeah, it also shows you a map as if it were an iPad. That's something that that's a feature iOS devices didn't get till a much later time. That's iOS 6, I believe, the iPad got a clock app. Whereas on these iPods, these ones, if I go to the clock app, the thing I like about these clock apps is that they show you the date. So the first and the second generation now were iPod clock apps, but they show you the date. This one is like an iPad-like clock app, which is really nice to see on this iPod Nano 4th generation. So I'm going to say it's another point for all three of them because, oh man, I can't write with my phone in my hand. So yeah, I'm going to give it another point for all three of them. So 2 points. For all three of them, guys. So how about listening to, how about the calendar app? Now this one shows you like the dates. So for example, we're December 13th. Like if I get off December 13th, it will show you that today's the 13th on the 4th gen. But these ones will not. So I can find the calendar app on my iPod. Okay, I'll just go to extras. You can see that. You see, like, it shows December 13th here, obviously, right? That's what it's for. It's to show you the correct date, not a different date. But you can see when I scroll, see how there's no indicator on here to show that it's December 13th? Like right there. See how there's no indicator to say that's December 13th and on here as well? There's no indicator, but on here, you got an indicator that shows it's the 13th, like right there. It shows an indicator showing that's the 13th. Whereas on these iPods, here, you don't get that indicator. Like right there. See see, so it's December 13th. No indicator on the first gen. You can see no indicator on the second gen. And then indicator on the fourth gen, as you can see. You can see their indicator. And if I go to Christmas Day, you can see indicator on the fourth gen. So I'm just going to go back to December 13th and show you. Alright. So that's going to be a point for just the iPod 4th generation only. Okay, so that's going to be a point for just the iPod 4 only. Okay, so I'm going to give it a point for just the iPod 4 only. Because that one shows you, so I'm going to give that one a point for just the iPod 4 only. Alright? What about changing the date and time menu? Or what about the settings menu? Like, if I go into settings here, I'm going to show you general and about date and time, actually. I'm going to go to my settings. Let's show you about first. You can see right there. You can see right there, there's this beautiful about page. It shows you all that good stuff. You can see you have some software, you get all this wonderful stuff, and you get that. Going into the date and time page, you can see if I go to set the date, you can see right there all that wonderful stuff. And then if I go into the same page on here, about, it's just got this boring about menu, boring screen for the date and time. Same thing on the first gen, as you can probably guessed. Boring here. And then boring date and time menu. Whereas on here, you get that premium iPhone stuff, like December 13th. You can set the date. You can set the day, the date. You got all that wonderful stuff to make all that cool stuff to make it look like an iPhone. Same thing with the time, right there. You got all these cool menus to make it appear as if it were an iPhone. So, again, I'm going to give it another point for all, but again, actually, I'm only going to be giving a point for the iPod 4 because it does all these things that these iPods cannot. So, thank you for watching. Peace out.